So right now we are at 400 something subscribers. When we get to 500, we are going to give away 10 t-shirts to people who are following along and commenting. So do comment your t-shirt size. Alright guys, welcome. My name is Keo Kosho. Please follow along on Instagram. I'm at Keo Kosho on Instagram. Follow at Adjima Mag on Instagram and at Honeycomb Manila, which is our collaborative studios in Double Dragon Plaza. Now today we're going to be taking a lifestyle look at this Jordan 34 low. There are performance reviews out there. We are going to be talking a bit about the performance features of the shoe, but primarily this is looking at it from a style point of view. Now, if you are enjoying the show, please do comment. Comment with your favorite NBA player. I'd love to know who you like. And with that, let's open it up. This is the Jordan 34 low in the Pure Money colorway. Alright, it's been about a year since Jordan Brandt first launched the Jordan 34. In fact, the 35 is about to come out. Now, when MJ first launched his shoe, he said that he wanted to take back the courts. And I guess that over the last few years, people have been playing less and less in the flagship Jordan model. And Jordan wanted to bring this shoe back. And what that meant was that they had to rebuild it from the ground up to be a performance first sneaker instead of a legacy first sneaker. And that actually starts with a evolution of a legacy feature, which is the flight plate. And here we have it in something called the Eclipse Plate. Now, does the Eclipse Plate work, or is it just cool to look at? Well, it does look really cool. I think that's undeniable. The inspiration comes from, winds that had carved out holes in the Grand Canyon. And it is quite successful because the Jordan 35 appears to have an evolution of this plate as well. Now the plate, like the flight plate, provides torsional support and some rigidity, but it also allows you to rock back and forth between the front and back zoom bags on the sneaker. Now the zoom bag on the sneaker is visible, and it's some sort of uncaged zoom, so you can actually see through the hole the bag peeks out. And also here in this plate in the toe, you can see that there's a hole, and it allows the bag to expand out and create more pop. Now on the sole, you have a radial herringbone made out of, at least on this shoe, XDR rubber. And that means that it's going to be extra durable if you need to play outdoors, which is becoming more and more important in this pandemic world that we live in. Now, all of those features so far, that's just the sole. So maybe we should talk a bit about the upper. Now, the upper is very lightweight, and that means that you are building a shoe for speed. And you can see that in a lot of the new running shoes that come out of Nike, that there's a heavy focus on lightweight mesh uppers, and we bring that into basketball sneakers here. And that means that with every gram that you shave off, you bring just a little bit more speed to your player. Now the trade-off when you do that and you go with a lightweight mesh like this one in only one layer in some parts is that you're supposedly trading off durability. In terms of lockdown, a solid heel counter brings that lockdown into place, and some sculpting around the collar really holds your foot and your ankle in position when you're in the shoe. Now across that, you have the tongue, and the tongue is also very lightweight synthetic leather with the 23 placed on the inside. Of course, the inside marking on the tongue, a very old school Jordan feature. The insole is green and has a Jumpman on it, and when you see pictures of this shoe, there is a hint of green, and that's mostly that insole reflecting up into the shoe. Now there are a few other features, numbers, hidden writing on the shoe. Those are heritage features, nods to the past. And I'm not going to go into those because those features have been covered a lot on YouTube. but also because it's kind of nice to get a sneaker like this and discover those features for yourself. Now, the question is, was Jordan Brandt successful in taking back the court, as Michael said he wanted to do? And I would argue yes. See, if you watch the NBA now, you actually see a lot of players and a lot of great superstars playing in the Jordan 34. Zion Williamson, of course, being the main one, but also a lot of my favorites from the Celtics. You have Kemba Walker, you have Jason Tatum, you even have Blake Griffin, who's a big guy, playing in the Jordan 34. Every once in a while we see Luka Doncic play in them. And they all had some pretty awesome PEs, stuff inspired by tacos and graffiti. And yeah, it really was, I would say, one of the big stars of the court this year in the kind of the way that the Kobe 4 Pro Throw was the previous year. Now, in terms of durability, which we mentioned before, some of those players were really big players. And while some people have said that they wanted a bit more structure in the shoe, thankfully, we've not seen any damaged shoes from Zion or Blake Griffin when playing in these shoes. So they've held up pretty well. Although, again, in the 35, we're seeing a lot more structure coming back. So, I guess, that's what you want. You want each model to be slightly different from the last. Now, in terms of lifestyle, which is generally what we're talking about on Opening Act and Adjima, people don't really wear these for lifestyle, but I would like to make the argument that maybe you should, or at least consider it. Now, not for your streetwear looks, which go better with runners and retros. I think that there can be an argument made for wearing these as part of tech wear outfits. And, tech wear is all about, some of it is about shape, but it's a very utilitarian, technology first approach where everything has a purpose. Why is this fabric used? Why is this zipper used? How can you bring in features and have them look really cool? And I would argue that the Jordan 34 is peak technology. You have brand new stuff in here. The zoom unit is giant. Comfort is number one, and then it's sleek and it has a great shape. And particularly in this colorway, this is a very, monochromatic colorway, which will work very well with a lot of tech wear outfits. So I would say consider it. If you are gonna wear these casually, that would be the way to do it. Alright, now in terms of major differences between the high and the low, the main one I would say is the height, obviously. But also there is a toe cap on this shoe, which is made of a synthetic leather. That toe cap is here on this shoe, but I think the Zion Williamson version, like a PE that he has, doesn't have that toe cap. So it could come and go, but on the general release colorways, that toe cap is there. And then the other thing is that the shape here in the collar is slightly different. They just basically reverse some of the curves. But that's about it. Now, in terms of sizing and comfort, it is very comfortable. The collar is very well padded and sculpted, and then of course it is very light. I got true to size, which is 9.5, but an interesting note is that on the high, and for a lot of the current high cut shoes, I go for a size 9 or a size down. And that's because the ankle sometimes, or the collar sometimes rubs up against my ankle, and I don't like that. But in the lows, I go true to size, and these fit really well. Now remember that this is the PF version, or the Asian version, which has a few features. The first one is that it is XDR rubber on the outsole, which means that it is more durable, but also it is slightly wider and roomier in the toe section because of the Asian foot, supposedly. I don't know that much about that, but that's my understanding of why that is. Comfort-wise, it is a great pair of shoes for all-day wear because it is light, because it is full-length zoom. You have a big zoom unit here, you have a big zoom unit here, and you can feel it through these little reflective dots down there. And then, of course, that very, very breathable mesh that you can see through being kind of a theme in this shoe. That is going to make the footwear very lightweight and very airy that you can wear, continuously throughout the day. Pricing. Now, these shoes retail for about 8,000 pesos, which is about 1,600, which is about 160 US dollars. But I picked these up on a sale at Nike Park on their website, and I got these for 4,008 pesos, I think, which was like a ridiculous deal if you ask me. It's about 50% off. And with the Jordan 35 about to come out in the next coming weeks or months, I think it's gonna be weeks. Expect for these to go on sale, and that's usually what you see. So the Zoom Freak 2 just came out, so the Zoom Freak 1s are all really inexpensive as well, and you can expect to see the same. That's usually what happens when the next model comes out. The previous model is a little bit more affordable. So look into the shoe for casual wear. It's gonna make a great beater. And man, it's hard to argue with a price when you can get a great deal on a high technology, flagship, top of the line shoe like the Jordan 34. Go for it. Trust me, you will have no regrets. Alright, my name is Keo Cosio. Please follow along on Instagram and do leave a comment. It helps us a lot. We are going to be giving away a bunch of t-shirts as we get up subscriber counts. So right now we are at 400 something subscribers. When we get to 500, we are going to give away 10 t-shirts to people who are following along and commenting. So do comment your t-shirt size already, starting this video up until the videos that we release. To get to 500 subscribers, which is only about 20, leave a comment. The design is coming, and then every 100 videos, every 100 subscribers, up until we get to 1,000, we are going to be giving away another 10 t-shirts. It's going to be a similar design, but with a limited colorway for each 100 or each 10 shirts, celebrating each 100 subscriber milestone. And so wait for that. Do follow along on Instagram. I'm going to be posting some of the designs there in my stories. So follow along. I do appreciate that. If you do enjoy the show, screen cap the video right now and tag me on Instagram stories. I wish you all good luck. I wish you all good health. Wear a mask and wash your hands. Peace.